Hi guys, so today's Friday, it's about 8:15 p.m. I'm being very optimistic with my recovery following this new approach to the distal bicep tendon rupture surgery because, as you know, usually you get your arm in a brace, so you get immobilization of the arm for almost 4 weeks, sometimes 6 weeks, till your doctor gives you order to start using your arm and doing some light exercises with range of motion. I've got my doctors as hard ordered me since the first day to start doing pronation and supination and flexion and extension exercises. So that's why I'm only in the first week, but still I can already do this. I can show you the incision site if you are curious. It's not looking that bad, really. It's already closed. If you don't want to watch this, please look away. It's pretty small and it's looking really good. I still have a little bit of dry blood here, but it's pretty much closed, and I have pretty much the same feeling as I had before. So it's alright. When I walk around, I keep my arm tight to my body so it doesn't go around that much. But I'm pretty much normal, which is obviously good. It's just 7 days after surgery, which is one of the main reasons I'm doing these videos. Because when I first had the injury, I started reading a lot the rehabilitation, the different techniques of surgery, and how much time I had ahead of me for the rehabilitation. There is few information on this because most of the bicep tendons ruptures are proximal, not distally. So about only 5% of the distal ruptures of the bicep tendon happen on the distal end. So it's pretty hard to find some information, some good information about it. I found some articles on PubMed and some other sites. You can do the research yourself if you need. And I did some search obviously on YouTube, but there's only about 5 or 6 guys that went through the same. And most of them do the normal rehabilitation. I haven't seen or even read about it, about this new type of rehabilitation that my doctor is trying on me, where you have pretty much full range of motion since the first day. You only have to be worried about the pain, and you can do pretty much anything. You just have to mind your own pain, so you get the feedback from your body, and if your body lets you, you can keep going and going and going every day. That's why only 7 days after surgery, I almost have my full range of motion back, which is pretty good. And I hope these kind of videos will let people know what they can and can't do, because right now there is not a whole lot of information, and most people still are afraid of using their arm, and there is a lot of benefits if you read about it. Again, there is very few information, very few articles on this, but if you start rehabilitation sooner, you are able first to vascularize your tendon, because tendon don't get that much blood even in good conditions, not like the muscle. So if you start using it, you can rush the blood there, and it's good for nutrients and everything and healing, so it's great. Also, you get to start doing exercises much sooner, so it's good for the muscle atrophy, because the bicep already is small from not using it for 2 weeks, because I only went to surgery on my 18th day after my injury. You can see the difference between both arms. This is my good arm, this is my bad arm. You can see the deltoid already smaller, and then this one, you can see the tricep. Look at this one, much smaller, not that much of a definition really. obviously, because I'm not using that arm the same. Even if it's the opposite muscle of the bicep, I still can't do anything, even push with this arm, so it's getting smaller and smaller. When my injury first happened, about a month ago, I was around 178.5 or something like that pounds. Right now I'm 167 or 165 or something like that. So I lost a lot of weight already, just not being able to work out and train properly, along with the fact that I'm not in the same shape mentally as I was. And so I'm not sleeping and I'm not eating as much. If you guys don't know, I did my injury in boxing because I'm a fighter, and I made a wide cross hook, sorry, it's English, and what happened was I didn't hit with my glove. I hit with my forearm about here. So it was two things that, sorry, it's my cat. So it was two things that that went wrong there. First was a very wide and very strong punch hook, and I was coming from down here, so it was really, I really rotated my body and went with full strength. So when the impact happened, it happened on my forearm because the guy was covering up, and I was really trying to put him down. I was a bit angry with him. So what happened was, when my arm hit, I got a rapid extension. So my arm was here, and when it hit, it did this very, very fast, very like a hyperextension, and I felt a really, really strong snap, really like tearing something. I didn't hear anything because there was a lot of guys fighting and well, the noise on the gym, but right away I knew something was wrong because I looked at my arm, and my arm was, if you want to see my arm, you can look at the first video I posted, and you can see the bicep was up here. So I knew right away that my tendon was torn. I think that in about 3 months I will be back using my arm, and probably I'll be able to start some light shadow work and probably hitting the bag a little, I don't know. At least that's what I hope so, because I train every day and I'm starting to lose my mind, not being able to do anything. It's horrible. That's the worst part for me, really. I have full supination. I have almost full flexion. I mean, if I do flexion by myself, I don't have a full range of motion, but if I do some passive exercises, I can pretty much flex all the way, which is awesome, without any pain, which is important. I still get a lot of pain doing pronation, so you can see my good arm and my bad arm. So it's not really easy to rotate my wrist. It's difficult because I get pain, but it's because my tendon is pretty much shorter than it used to be. So even when I let my arm rest, you get this little angle here at the elbow. Flexion, obviously my bicep is totally atrophied, but this will be back soon, as soon as I'm able to start working out again, obviously. But I think in about a week I will be able to achieve full range of motion, which is good. And about 3 weeks from now, so I'm on the first week, about a month in total after surgery, I'll have orders from my doctor to start putting some weight on my arm, making some flexion, active flexion, because I'm just doing passive stuff. I do not use my arm for anything. I mean, I drive a bit, but I use my right arm mostly. I just use my left arm to block the wheel or something like that, and I always keep my elbow stationary against the door or something like that. So I'm not able, even if I want to make some sudden movement if I need to turn the wheel or something. So that's it. I will keep you posted. If you want, please like the video. I'll give you some updates after a while, probably in 3 weeks from now. I'll be seeing you guys.